Hi everyone, my name is Adam Rice and you are watching Life Outbound. Here's what you have to look forward to coming up in this episode. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just do a final sand on these little drainage outlets for the forward hatch. And you can see I did a fair amount yesterday, but I just wanted to get it so it's looking really nice and professional, and or at the very least so you can't really tell that anything happened there. I'm not too worried about it being like perfectly in line or perfectly smooth just yet, because the gel coat is actually really thick, and I'm going to lay it on this area pretty thick because it's been sanded down quite a bit. Really, some of the fairing can almost be done with the gel coat. Not all of it, the majority of the shape, so the holes had to be filled in, the cracks that were there had to be filled in, but as far as like the minute like slope of that area of this area on the deck, that should be able to be taken care of with the gel coat itself. So what I'm going to do now is just use some 80 grit sandpaper I have here and sand down these areas, and then we should be ready for gel coat. Go up, and I'm going to wet sand and prepare the forward hatch area for the gel coat, which if we can get it warm enough in there today, we're going to go ahead and gel coat that. What I'm going to do is work on prepping the forward hatch. In the meantime, you can see that I've cleaned off the caulk around where these bolts go in for the riser. If you could do that on this side. Mm-hmm. And then we can go in with...
What do you have to do that? catalyst needs to be 2% by volume than this stuff. And then it tells you how many drops. 14 to 16 drops per ounce. 16. But you don't need such a big stirring stick, so
You can split them in half too.
yep. You just squirt it and then snap it, and it doesn't work because I'm a dumbass.
And what I would do to tell is just take some of this and then
And
put
drip it
swatch
in.
there. And now we'll be able to tell how much that affected it.
Those have yellow on them.
Oh, it's getting close. It's getting close. It's getting close. You up there, Alan?
Careful there.
All right, going up. What I've done now, I didn't think I'd have time to do this today, but so what I've done now is just taped up all of the holes that I drilled out a couple episodes ago. And now what I'm going to do is just fill them from the top with a flexible, or no, with a thickened epoxy to protect the wood core. So I figured I'd just show you what this looks like. So you can see that this hole, or maybe you can't, but it's been filled with epoxy to protect the wood core. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my lovely apartment. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There's a lot going on, working on a lot of different projects. I thought it would be really interesting to open up the episode the way that we did, with just kind of going right into finishing that, or putting the gasket on that forward hatch, and then we moved into prepping the area actually around the boat where the forward hatch is going to go for gel coat by fairing in areas that were cracked, and then sanding and wet sanding and taping, and then finally color matching the gel coat. In the last episode, I mentioned that I had an exciting announcement, and that exciting announcement is Life Outbound is getting a website and working on it. And in addition to that, what I really thought about how to do this whole YouTube thing, and I wanted to do it a little bit differently than maybe other folks do. I started doing this YouTube stuff because as a way, as an archive to look back on this whole experience, and when it's really incredible when you like go back and you edit all these clips. It's literally like you're editing your life together, and it's just been a really great exercise in gratitude. But so I wanted to do the whole YouTube thing a little bit differently. But what I thought I would do with the website, and as a way of giving back, like Patreon is like cool and all, and I think I'll have some kind of function like that on the site for people who want to support the show. But what I want to do more than that to really support the show is offer coaching for anyone who's maybe interested in doing something like this. When I started this, and even up till now, doing anything that is more alternative or different, it can be really lonely at times. When you're the only person doing this kind of thing that you really know of, you don't have many people to talk to, and not many people can relate to your experience. And there aren't really many people that you can go to for advice or to show you how to do it. It's not like you can go to school for how to own a sailboat, or you can go to school for how to live on a sailboat, or plan a big adventure, or learn how to structure your work so that you can work remotely, while traveling, or are taught values that are kind of like this. And what I thought would be really great is if the website was a place for all of that. So I'm going to offer coaching for anyone who's interested in doing something like this. And also, it's just will just be an area of support for people who maybe are looking for a little bit more out of life, or maybe a more balanced life. And you don't have to do what I'm doing, but I think that it's one of the most important questions you can ever ask yourself is why you're doing something. And if at the very least you can get some people to ask that question, I think that a lot of people's lives could really be improved. Well, that is all for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And if they ask, we're headed outbound.